Welcome back to another episode of Cashing Out. I'm your host, Billy Alvaro, my co-host, cousin, and partner, Wayne Hartart. We are Easy Sell Property Solutions. You can find us online at easysell411.com, by phone, 631-400-EASY. Cuz, how we doing?
I'm doing phenomenal, cuz. How you doing? You got a little glow over there.
I have a little glow, yeah.
Got a little tan, you got a little fake and bake.
Went away for a little bit. Actually got my mind nice and calm. This is the first time I went away in a while where I didn't work, I didn't read, I didn't communicate, I didn't connect, I didn't do anything except just lay down, vegetate, get my head straight, and it was a good, needed a couple of days.
Sometimes you need a little R&R. You got to relax the brain. You got to
exactly
eat most and
been going through a little
recharge the batteries.
Health things you and I have been speaking about, a little liver issue or kidney issue rather, and it's been trying for the last 7 months, and so the health is the most important thing. So I'm really trying to get my body back in order. And, body, mind, and soul, brother. You got to have all three connected in order to move forward. And so that leads me actually to let's go in before we get into today's topic.
What we are, what we do.
Yeah, what we are. So, Easy Sell Property Solutions, we've been on the air now for about, 2 years? We buy a year and a half, 2 years, right? At least 2 years.
Amazing what time goes.
We buy properties all day, every day for cash. We have a really unique system called the Easy Way Out. And when I tell you it literally is the fastest, easiest, most hassle-free way to sell your house, I'm not kidding. We have hundreds of satisfied clients, hundreds of testimonials. We have people that we've been helping day in and day out, specifically in the Long Island, 5 boroughs area, but we've been expanding out. In the last 2-3 weeks, we had a couple of properties that came in from New Jersey, Connecticut, and so we're blessed because we get the opportunity to help people. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the people that we're helping, they're going through some challenging times. They're going through some really tough things. Foreclosure, they might have lost their job. And they're really facing struggling financial times. And so today what I want to talk about, it comes down that you and I both experienced failure miserably. We both experienced foreclosure. And so one of the things that pops into my head when it comes down to why are people successful? I read this in a book a couple of weeks ago, Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziano. And in there he speaks about the one thing, there was a study from some guy who did a study, and he said that the one thing he can tell of people who are going to be successful in life, it comes down to the confidence that they have. And he did this with high school students. He said it's not the smartest people who become successful, it's those with the most confidence. And then he went through and he started showing, how do you build your confidence muscle? Because confidence is a muscle. And I can tell you, when I lost my business back in 2006, 2007, I was at the height of my career. Things were rocking and rolling. I had the most confidence you could possibly think of. Shit hit the fan, and when shit hit the fan, guess what happened? When I lost everything, I lost not only all my income and the business and the house and the cars, but I also freaking lost my confidence. Yeah. And when you lose your confidence,
overnight like that,
when you lose your confidence like that, you lose, at least for myself, I lost my ability to make decisions, to act quickly, to actually get myself out of the rut and make things happen. And I went through this process, not realizing when I read it. After I read it, I realized, holy shit, I actually went through these 3 processes, these 3 C's that connect to confidence in order to build your confidence muscle. And so what I want to do today is just talk about those 3 C's. And if there's people out there who are going through a hardship, who are facing foreclosure, who are going through a divorce, who might have lost a loved one or somebody's really sick, they're going through a hard time not being able to pay their taxes, whatever situation they're facing, I can tell you that if they're not making a decision to go forward, it's because they don't have the confidence in their ability to make a good decision or a decision that they think is going to be good. So what do? They actually act like a deer in the headlights. They make no move at all. They're kind of frozen, right? Yeah. I mean, you've been there.
And we've all been there. You almost lose. You said, your legs are cut. You lost yourself. You lost
your identity.
Yeah, you lose who you were.
Right.
You lost every piece of you, every piece of Billy, every piece of whoever out there is listening. You lose a piece of yourself, and then you're stuck. And like you said, it's a deer in headlights.
The thing is, though, to differentiate that, though, and I just want to say, you think you lose a piece of yourself, but all you really lost was your monetary crap. You still have the ability inside here.
100%
capable. They can't take your mind. They can't take your heart. And so that's the one thing I just wanted to point out there. But yeah, keep going with that.
Yeah, but of course you didn't take that. You still have to strive to get back to that. But you lost yourself at that point, and now you have to build it back. And like you just kind of said, so you flex before you're like, hey, confidence can be a muscle,
Right.
You have to build that back. And how do you do that? You nurture it. You get back to the beginning, and you start building up your confidence again.
There's a process.
There's a whole process. We'll go through it now.
There's if you really think about why you don't make a decision, why you don't get to that next step, why you don't take action, whatever the situation may be. It could be starting a new business. It could be quitting your job and starting a new job. It could be asking that girl, that guy out. It could be anything that you want to do in life. If you think about it, the reason you're not taking action is because you don't have the confidence level. Could you ever think
the fear of failure,
the fear
because you just got everything taken away from you. You just lost it all. Think about it.
But think about maybe not even losing everything. Maybe just you're in life. You've never
rejection.
Exactly.
Could be. It's the fear.
You don't have the confidence to actually go forward. And if you think about the confidence level, what you need to do. Have you ever thought about a time in life where you did something successfully where you were not confident? No, you can't think of
Absolutely
that.
Not.
When you're successful, when you take action, when you do something, whether you fail forward, you screw up, you fail forward and you move forward, or you hit it on the head and you make things happen quickly, you have the confidence to do so. You had the confidence at that time. Yep. You didn't do it with a fear-based mind. You didn't do it where you were coming from a place of craziness. You did it where you were confident, you move forward. And so one of the things in order to take action and to move forward, the first C is courage. You need to build up your courage. You need to have the courage to take that first step. You need to have the courage to ask that girl or that guy out. You need to have courage to make that first step and actually open up that business and get started on your own. You need to have the courage to go out and, apply for that job, or you need to have the courage to do anything.
Just
courage
to take that action.
To take action.
Yeah, and you got to get your mind screwed on straight. When the mind, what you always say, what the mind believes, it can conceive. You have to get out there. You have to get your mind.
What the mind believes, and it could actually.
You have to get this mind. When this mind is set straight and say, "I'm going to take action. I'm going to have the courage. I'm going after this." Things change.
100%. And so, you mentioned before fear. If you think about fear, and you think about courage, and you think about confidence and moving forward, fear really is a brake to momentum. If you are trying to move forward and you have fear, you can't. It actually puts the brake on and stops you dead in your tracks. And so I don't know, if you're out there and you're facing a situation and you're behind on your mortgage payments, you can't make your mortgage payments now because husband and wife got divorced. You lost a loved one. You have a child that's sick. You're going through a tough, challenging situation. At that moment, your confidence level drops probably to an all-time low. You need to muster up the courage inside to take action. You might not know exactly what to do. You actually might not know what to do at all. But if you do nothing, you're going to get no results.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's key. You have to take action. And imperfect action, taking and moving and going forward is the key. And just realize that you might not have, you're not going to have all the answers. You're going to make bad decisions. You're going to make incorrect decisions. You're going to screw up. You're going to fail. But if you're taking action, you're learning as you're going, and eventually you're going to be able to get the momentum going. That fear is going to go by the wayside, and you're actually going to make things happen.
Yeah. Folks, how many times have we talked about no decision is worse than a wrong decision? Sitting back and doing nothing could be much more.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it could hurt you much more. So get out there, make a decision, and move forward. Like you said, fail forward. If you fail, keep going. Keep going. We all failed forward. Nobody got to where we were today, but this wasn't easy. We all learned on the way.
Dude,
we all got our asses handed to us. We all lost. We went through foreclosure, bankruptcy.
I'm the biggest
lost millions of dollars. But you learn from it, and you can't keep a good person down. And this mindset is screwed on straight. Forget about it. You will get right back to where you were, folks.
Yeah.
Everyone can get back there.
I remember back in 06, 07 when I lost everything. And I completely, along with my confidence, I lost everything. And it wasn't immediate. It took me 3 long freaking years to actually, 3 years, dude. Like, that's a long freaking time. Because I was dealing with the aftermath, which took a total of 6 years to get out of it. But during those 3 years, my confidence was low and I just didn't have that self-esteem. What did I do? I did nothing. I made no decisions. I basically floundered around. I made every excuse in the book. I was living from a fear base instead of from a success base, and it limited me to what I was able to do. Once, and it was July 4th, 2009, Independence Day, once I got the courage to step the F up and realize that I could change anything that happened, it's the past. I can change my now. And when I decided that and I made that commitment, and that's what we're going to talk about next in the next segment, commitment, when I had that courage come in and I had the courage to step up and start taking action and making moves and get into this business when I was $14 million in debt, when I was bankrupt, when I had nothing going on, no income, no credit, no nothing, I had the courage to step the frig up and say, you know what, I'm going to get into this business regardless of what's going on. And when I did that, I made a 100% commitment, which we're going to talk about next. If you find yourself in a situation where you're behind on your mortgage, you're getting divorced, you are behind on your property taxes, you have a house that's just in disarray, whatever the situation is, wherever your house is, call us. Give us 15 minutes over the phone, 631-400-EASY, or what's the website, Wayne?
EasySell411.com, folks. That's EasySell411.com.
Any property, any situation, anywhere, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, call us, 631-400-EASY. Let us show you how the easy way out. It's literally the fastest, easiest, most hassle-free way to sell your home. Guaranteed, bar none. I put my name on it. Call us, 631-400-EASY. We'll be right back right after these messages. What's going on? Billy Alvaro, Wayne Hartot. We are Easy Sell Property Solutions. Thanks so much for coming back for this second segment. If you have a property you're looking to sell, if you're just curious about what you can get for the property, give us a call, 631-400-EASY, or online, EasySell411.com. We're talking today about how to build up your confidence if you've gone through a really shitty situation. If you've experienced something that really knocked you off your feet onto your ass, how do you get yourself back up and get yourself back on the horse and start riding forward into that sunset? And there's a formula. There's a success formula. And it's really not that complicated. It's pretty basic, but you have to apply it, right? So we've all been, well, maybe you haven't, but myself and my cousin have been down the road of getting the shit kicked out of us to a point where we've completely lost our confidence. Sometimes it's just for a small period of time. For me, it was a longer period of time when I got my ass handed to me and I lost everything back in 06, 07. And it took me a long time to get myself back to that next level. And we talked about, you first need to get the courage to take that step forward. Not knowing what the outcome may be, but you really need to take that step forward, step up, make that step, take that step, get that courage and move forward. And with that, you can't do it half-assed. You can't kind of dip your toe in the water. You need to go 100% all in. That means you need to be, and the second C in this is committed. You have to have 100% commitment to what you're doing. Full-fledged, you have to have your mind, body, and soul in alignment going forward, and you have to be committed to going forward and making the necessary changes in your life, whatever those changes may be. Let's just say you're facing foreclosure right now, right? You're in a situation where you're behind on your mortgage. Well, I can tell you with 100% certainty that the psychology, the cycle that you're going to be going through, in the beginning, when you're first behind a little bit, you might get a little, I can't handle it. And then you might bury your head in the sand.
That's what most people do.
You're going to bury your head in the sand. You're going to try to put it to the side.
Push it. Yeah.
Kind of forget about it.
Yeah, that's what most people do with their problems. They just, it doesn't exist. I don't push it to the side. It doesn't exist.
They don't have the courage to face what's going on. So by not having the courage, they think if they push it to the side, bury their head in the sand, it's going to go away. I can tell you, it's not going to go away.
It never goes away.
All you're doing, like the government does every freaking day, is they're kicking the can down the road with everything. You're basically kicking the can down the road, and eventually you're going to have to deal with it. And so what happens in this process? You go through the process of, it's not really that big of a deal, till you kind of just like bury your head in the sand. So all of a sudden you start to get a little panic-driven. And you still, though, if you don't have the courage to make a move, to make a decision, eventually you're going to end up losing that property to foreclosure. And guess what? You don't have to. If you have the courage and you make a commitment to making something happen, that something could be either selling the home, saving the home, doing a modification, doing a forbearance, whatever it is that you want your outcome to be, you need to have the courage to step up and you need to make a commitment to make things happen. What do you say, Wayne?
Folks, you got to make a commitment to do something about it. Burying your head in the sand, nothing happens. And I'll tell you what another thing they do. Not only do they bury their head in the sand sometimes, they just try to disappear. They'll try to move. They'll try to get out of their realm. And how many people do that? They'll move across the country. Folks, the problems will still follow you. That foreclosure, whatever it may have been, it's still going to follow you. It's still there. You got to address it. Identify, address, resolve the damn issue. Yeah. Get it off your plate. Have a clean slate. Because I can guarantee you, move across the country. A lot of people tell me, I thought if I moved across the country, it wasn't going to be a problem anymore. No.
It's funny you say that because, and this goes just to problems in general. People have a tendency to run. And guess what, guys? You're taking you with you. Mm-hmm. So you and all your freaking problems are coming along with you. They're not going away.
Nope. Look in the mirror. They're still going to be there.
You can't run from yourself.
Exactly. You can't run from yourself. I like that. So have the courage, like Billy is saying, to get committed. Get your mind committed to say, I'm going to take action. I'm going to do whatever necessary to get rid of that problem. If we're talking about the foreclosure, listen, go and try to short sell the property. You could do that. Go and try to do the modification. Do something. Otherwise, what? You're just going to you're going to get foreclosed on. What's the sense of that? Do something, folks. Get it off. Wipe the slate clean. Get rid of that property so you can just literally, there's one thing on your shoulder that's not there anymore. Then work on the next problem. Commit to working on the next problem, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
And if you slice through all these problems, your life is going to just literally change like that.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. And as you realize this confidence muscle that you're trying to build up, when you gain the courage, when you start to step up and you have that mindset, and you make that commitment, what you're slowly doing is you're building your self-confidence because you're making moves. Even if you screw up and you fail and you get sideways and you fall again, you have momentum. You have momentum. When you have momentum and you have this unstoppable momentum going forward, you're literally become unstoppable. But you have to remember now, we said this before, fear is the brake to momentum. So as soon as you allow fear to enter your head and you allow it to take you over, your self-confidence drops, and what happens? You stop dead in your tracks. You stop that forward momentum. So it's important to get yourself under control. It's important to get your head under control. It's important to realize that whatever situation you're going through, there is an outcome that's positive if you have the courage, you make the commitment to actually go forward with this, right?
That's exactly.
Third thing is equally as important. Now, this is important because you need to get the capabilities, which means you need to start learning. You need to start researching. You need to start speaking with experts that could assist you in going forward. You have to have the commitment and you have to have the capability. So if you're in foreclosure or if you've just lost a loved one and you have an estate that you have to take care of and you're burying your head in the sand, you have to realize you need to start finding out what the steps are. Your capabilities. You need to start learning. You don't need to become the absolute expert in this. You can tap into the experts. That's actually a capability. Tap into the experts. So for us, for instance, if you're in foreclosure, you have a house that's upside down, you have a house that you just inherited, and you have not been dealing with it, well, the first thing you need to do is step up, have the courage to say, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. I don't know what the exact outcome is going to be 100%, even though I know this is what I want. I'm going to take the necessary steps to make something happen. I'm committed to going to the next step. I'm committed to making that phone call. I'm committed to contacting that attorney, whatever that commitment may be. And the third piece is I am going to make sure that I learn whatever I need to learn, that I'm going to get the right resources to make the right moves. And as you're doing this, realize, as you're going through these 3 C's, every little step that you're taking going forward, this forward momentum we keep speaking about, you're building your confidence muscle. Mm-hmm. And eventually it's going to get to a point where you're like, you have so much momentum that you literally become an unstoppable force. You just keep on rolling forward. And when you look back, you're going to realize all this shit you were worried about, all the crap that you had fear about years back, months back, weeks back, you're going to realize that it meant nothing. It was your own self-limiting belief inside your freaking head that was holding you back from realizing whatever the hell it is you want to realize. Whether it's getting yourself out of foreclosure, whether it's dealing with an estate that you didn't want to deal with, whether it's dealing with an issue with the divorce that you're going through, whatever it may be, realize this, that once you get that forward momentum, once you get that confidence up, once you start going forward, you're going to look back and say, holy shit, what the hell was I really even worried about? Because when you think about it, cuz, everything in life you can deal with. Yeah. There's nothing you can't deal with. 100%, everything and anything that's out there, if you step back, it's going to be hard. There might be challenges, might not be an easy path, but everything is you're able to deal with.
You just brought up a point, self-limiting beliefs. I mean, folks, if we could put that literally in italics right now, self-limiting beliefs is what destroys a lot of people. So you couldn't have said it much better, folks. I mean, because get the courage. Have the courage, get determined, pick up the phone, call us, 631-400-EASY, and then you know what, that third part, what we're saying, you're going to leverage us. Learn. We're going to explain the process to you. We handle tax liens, foreclosures, probates. We have ways. You might call us and say, listen, my family's been fighting for the last 10, 15 years. We have a way to help you out when we have some of those family members that are not cooperating. Folks, all of your problems are an area of opportunity for us, and we're here to solve them. So when you do get committed and you pick up the phone, you call 631-400-EASY, one of us is going to be on the phone, one of our sales guys is on the phone, they're going to educate the process. And I hope you guys see the value in that, because we're always out here on the radio educating for fellow Long Islanders. You're going to see that same thing when you speak with our reps inside the office. We love to get you on the same page, make you understand the process. We're not there just to say, listen, come over here, we want to buy your house and sign it. I want you to understand the process. I want you to understand your options and see what the best fit is for you.
And you know what? We might not be the best fit. And you said it before. When it comes down, all we're here to do is to educate the people that are out there so you can make an informed decision. Whether we're the right fit or not, we're going to lead you down the path so you can make the decision that's good for you and your family.
Correct.
Whether it's keeping your house, saving your house, selling it to us, selling it to somebody else, as long as you are on with the right information, you have the courage, you have the commitment, you have the capabilities, you have the confidence then to make a decision moving forward. Whether that be with Easy Sell Property Solutions or another alternative that you come up with, you're going to have the confidence and the ability to make that decision and act on it. And that's really what this whole thing was about today.
Yeah, it is. It is. And if we can't help you folks, what do we always say? We part as friends and we lead 100%. You in the right direction, and we hope you're in a better place than you were before you called us.
Well, that's the key.
That's the value that we're adding, and that's what we'd love to do, and we'd love to give back to this community. And I believe that's it's really just what this whole show is about.
This was very good today. It was a good one. Why don't you take us out? We got about 45, 50 seconds left.
50 seconds, folks. If you have a house you're looking to sell, please pick up the phone. 631-400-EASY. That's 631-400-EASY. Get us on the web. EasySell411.com. That's EasySell411.com, folks. Any type of property you're looking to sell, as is, uglier the better. Sometimes CO issues, cracked foundations, falling apart. We don't care. Vacant land, dilapidated. If you're behind on your mortgage, taxes, probates, whatever you have, please pick up the phone, folks. Give us a shout. 631-400-EASY. Listen to us on Saturdays, 12 to 12:30. Cashing out on 103.9.
I love it, brother. It's been a really good show. Good seeing you.
Hey, take care, fellas.
Adios.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.